All right, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Bus. This is episode 32. I am bringing this one in because within a month I will be turning 32. It's going to be the biggest year yet. It's the Shaq year of my life.
30 goon.
Our guest is here. You can see him on screen with me. It's the only other guy that's older than me, so I feel like Unk. True Unk.
Dude, that's how I started feeling towards the end of my time here in Bussin, dude. I was like, man, this is a young man's game, dude.
Yeah, when I got hired, I was 24. So like I'm sure it makes you feel super old.
No, for sure, man. I was like, dang, at what point am I going to start growing up? Because when you work around guys that are young, it keeps you young.
Right.
But at some point, you got to pivot.
Go ahead.
I'll say for those listening on audio, that voice you hear might be a familiar voice.
Mm-hmm.
It is the original voice of the back of the bus. The man that walked so that we could run. It is Blas Hernandez.
Yeah, buddy. I appreciate you saying that, man. That really means a lot. I mean, even being, a little bit removed from the bus, I try not to hang around too much because, it's like nobody likes the guy who just keeps hanging around who's been here.
Like the freshman in college who comes back to high school. No, but you are so different than that.
Yeah, that's
I think if anything, people are like, dang, where's Blas?
Right.
Oh, the question that keeps getting asked.
You guys will have to tell that story because I wasn't there for that.
Oh, we have to talk about the trip to Vermont.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Was it Vermont?
Yeah, it was Vermont.
You guys went back? Oh,
no.
With
you were there.
Damn, you went back.
That was such a fun trip, bro.
Yeah, we definitely will. Man, dude, it's just, like I said, man, seeing the evolution of what's happened with Bussin', and then, like, you guys, man, like, obviously Will and Taylor, they have a lot going on, but to see you guys start this and to watch, like, your individual, like, growth through social media, dude, has been such a treat. Anytime I get an opportunity to just comment or like or whatever and show love, man, like I try to do that. I'm not the greatest about it, but just know that like I'm rooting for each and every one of you, man.
For
all
sure.
the time.
When you're first meeting with Will, you can break down how you met up with Will for the very first time. But before you get into that, when you did meet with him for the first time, did you see it getting to where it is now? Or was it more just like, let's see, I know Will's talented, but I wonder how he'll be able to scale it.
Yeah, no. So honestly, my first reaction, do you want me to kind of go into the story of how I got here?
Yeah, for
sure.
It'll lead to that, obviously.
Right.
But so at the time, I had just got out of the Army and I moved from Hawaii to Tennessee. And I chose Tennessee because, well, it wasn't California. I didn't want to go back to California, right? And I didn't want to stay in Hawaii because it was too expensive. And I don't care what anybody says. If you're on an island for 3 years, it gets kind of boring, dude. Like you could only hike, you could only surf, you could only do so many of those same activities before you want something different, man. And you're limited on who comes here. So like, as far as like, shows, comedians, all that stuff, like you're not getting any of that stuff unless it's somebody on like a retirement tour, just kind of like, paying, like giving back to those people that supported them. So you're not getting any of the new talent. Like Taylor Swift ain't coming to Hawaii.
Right.
Like, she's not.
Kenny Chesney, maybe because
he's on the back end. But yeah, so I was kind of over that. Tennessee held a special place in my heart because this is where I deployed from Afghanistan from. There was just a lot of pride that I had in the unit that I served here. So I just wanted to come back. That Southern hospitality really left a mark on me. So I chose Tennessee. It also pushed me out of my comfort zone, right? Like not being around family, you tend to just kind of like, hey, if shit goes wrong, like at least I got my family. When you move to a different state, knowing like one person, like your back's against the wall, like you got to make it happen.
Right.
So that was kind of the mentality that I went into it with. And, I started doing some real estate photography and stuff like that. And ended up getting hired by a luxury realtor at the time who was doing like, I think he was selling like Derrick Henry's house, Pekka Rinne's house. So like these houses I was going to, I was just like, wow, this is incredible. But also like, in hopes to make more connections and stuff like that. Cause everybody knows like, dude, you can have all the talent in the world, man. But if that door isn't open for you, or if that opportunity doesn't present itself, like good luck, dude.
Right.
You know? But now with social media, I mean, you're able to put yourself out there a little bit more, so it helps. But yeah, man. So I was working, with him and filming houses and stuff like that. And then I was staying in an apartment with my buddy Aaron at the time, and he had got contacted from a friend of his, and he was like, "Hey, there's these 2 NFL players who are trying to start a podcast, and they're looking for like producers and stuff." My buddy Aaron was fortunate enough to like work for ESPN, so he kind of had a sports background, and he was just like, but he was like, "I love you, Aaron, but you're like a nerd," and he doesn't love sports. He doesn't love sports, so he was like, "Yeah, I know how to work all the equipment and stuff, and I could get it all set up, but I could give 2 shits about the Titans."
Yeah.
Right.
We've got a guy like that now here, so
Oh, for
he's
real?
on the show, but he's not currently here.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you could pick him out pretty easily down there too.
Oh, dude.
What year is this? When you're like referencing all this stuff, doing the house real estate?
Yeah,
and
so
then
this
your
is
buddy.
2018.
Okay.
2018, I get out of the Army. And like I said, man, just kind of hit the ground running with real estate and stuff like that. And then, my buddy Aaron is like, "Hey, there's these 2 NFL players that want to start a podcast. We're going to meet with them." Well, at the time, his buddy was meeting with them. So buddy gets the gig, right? Will's like, "Sure." I mean, this guy sells Will a fucking dream that he cannot refuse.
Right.
And Will tell you that story better than I ever could. Because I still hear about it, and I heard about it while I was on the bus, just sells him this dream, right? And I'm coming in as just help. I'm like, "Hey, this is cool. This is an opportunity. I'm just gonna be there to learn."
Right.
I wasn't even getting paid at the time, so I came in and we signed
Sounds
like
they weren't paying anybody for the longest time.
Oh,
So the first year and a
Zero
half,
overhead.
they were not. The first 6 employees did not get paid.
dude. It's compared to what you all are getting now, they're so rich. Not just kidding.
Snake.
But no, man. So I came on. I saw it as an opportunity again, like just to showcase like what I can do, and in hopes to, to continue on the journey with them. But yeah, we got brought on for the summer. So, it was the off season of the NFL, and they wanted to bank as many podcasts as possible. So you're asking about like, what I thought of Will. Honestly, I was intimidated, man. I was intimidated. You got 2 NFL players. I mean, Taylor is freaking what is he, 7'7", 7'6"?
Yeah.
Jeez, he's huge, bro.
Yeah.
So like, and me, like I'm not gifted in that department at all. There are others.
None of us are.
Yeah,
Man.
But no, man. So I really didn't speak to them too much, man. I just kind of stayed quiet. I spoke when I was spoken to, and just learned as much as I could from Aaron, because I knew if an opportunity presented itself and he couldn't be there, that I was going to be ready for it.
Yeah.
So every morning when we got up to set up the bus to film, I just sat there and I was like, "Hey, let me set everything up today, and you just watch me." So that's what I did, man. Because I had experience in like composition and the cameras and stuff like that, but what I didn't know is how the broadcasting world worked. And at that time, everything was brand new. I mean, there was a roadcasters just had came out. Like nobody really knew anything about them. You look at that board, it's a little bit intimidating the first time you see
For sure.
one. So my job was to just stay quiet and learn as much as I could, man. And but yeah, no, sorry. To answer your question,
That's
no,
perfect.
I didn't feel any kind of way about Will. It was
Yeah.
just intimidated, I guess is what you
Thick neck at the time.
thick, dude.
Thick neck.
I was about to ask, did they clearly had the bus when you started, but y'all were in the gravel parking lot?
Yeah. So we were in a gravel parking lot at the time, and we were running off of a generator. But that wasn't the only bit of adversity we faced either. I mean, one, we were hoping that the generator always had gas or gas on standby, and then 2, we were running power from like several businesses that were on that parking lot as well. So there was like a hair salon place that we would, in a camper world, that we would run power from. And they would get so pissed, dude, because we would trip the breaker.
Right.
They'd be doing people's hair and like just trip the breaker. Oh man. So like there were a few times where we had to like, sneak up the stairs and like kind of lean over and plug stuff in, dude. Oh my gosh, just to try and stay quiet.
So
And then the train's ripping by.
The train, that's another bit of adversity. Yeah, the train would rip by. I mean,
When you showed up and that was where you guys were recording out of, were you like, what the hell are we getting into?
Middle
or
of
were you just kind of
Tennessee
like,
summer, too.
this looks fun?
yeah, dude, honestly, I looked at it like just an opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Like, I really
I'm
didn't
just here
have
to
it.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of crazy. And like, I feel like podcasting really wasn't where it is today at that time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I guess this is just what they do.
Yeah.
Like, you know? And like the setup in there was really cool. But we had to borrow cameras from like Lipscomb. Like Aaron pulled that off too, because they didn't have cameras or anything. All they had was like the Rodecaster and like a couple mics and stuff like that. But they were like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys have to have your own cameras
Hey,
too.
that Will searched how to start podcasts.
Yeah, for
And the
sure.
equipment
Audio
just came
very
out.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first couple episodes of
Shit, I would've
Bussin
done
were
the
all
same
audio. They didn't really have a video element to it. That's why like you won't see a video on those first few episodes. It's actually just clips from it.
Were you there on episode 1?
I was not there on episode
God.
1. I came in at the first episode I recorded, I believe, was Jalen Ramsey, and that
Awesome.
was cool.
That's huge.
The Blas
sick.
bump took
Yeah.
effect immediately.
Dude.
What episode was that? Like,
I think it was like episode 6.
Yeah, 6.
It was
or
very
8, or
early.
It's right
Yeah.
there.
Very
One
early.
of the first viral clips
Yeah.
of Bussin.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that
The
was
demon
cool. 'Cause, like,
receivers' girlfriends.
I just saw someone made a quote graphic of that. Like, this was last week. And so, like, that clip is still resurfacing to
That's
this
dope.
day, which is cool.
that is
Heck
cool,
yeah.
man. But like seeing him and Taylor meet for the first time was so crazy because like you saw the
He
beef
was at
on
the
TV,
Jags.
right?
Yeah.
And then you have this division rival coming in to do your podcast. And everybody's just kind of like sitting around watching how they're going to interact. You would have thought they were freaking best friends, dude. Like, I mean, it was incredible, dude.
That's
and
hilarious.
but you could see the talent pretty early.
Right.
The chemistry was there. I honestly never thought that it wasn't gonna. Did I ever expect it to get to this point? No, because I just didn't think the trajectory of like podcasting would be where it is.
Right.
But to say that I knew that they would be successful based off of just like talent alone and being on the mic, like it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, who would be the next employee that comes into the Bussin universe?
So the next employee that came in was
it Neely?
No, Neely was before me.
Oh, Neely
so
was
Zach
before
and
you.
yeah,
Gotcha.
so I'm employee.
Zach and Neely.
I'm employee
Shout out
3.
Zach Patton.
Yeah, Zach Patton.
Legend.
So-
Shout out
he's
Zach
the one.
Patton and rest
He's the
in
one that
peace,
always
Matt
get like
Neely.
yelled at by
Yeah.
Will and Taylor, or that Will would yell at.
He comes for the Dale episodes.
Yeah, he's the small
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Real skinny.
Loves NASCAR.
At the time,
Knoxville
he was
He's a
guy.
Tennessee Vols fan.
Yeah.
he was a full-time student at
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when
he
me
worked
and Gary
with
started working, he was
I think he
still-
was working with the women's basketball team.
Yeah,
like doing
Vol, Vol Films. But
Yep.
I remember me and Garrett got there. It was during the summer, and then like August rolls around. He's like, "All right, I gotta go
I
back."
gotta bounce.
And we're like, "Wait, oh, you're in college still?" I just remember he always brought a cooler.
Talk about
too.
feeling old.
Yes.
Always would bring a cooler of just like waters, Gatorades, maybe like a couple like neutrals or something. And Zach is an awesome dude.
Yeah, because at the time, like he knew we were recording in the gravel parking lot without AC. We were recording in the warehouse, never had AC. It wasn't until we showed up here that we finally had
Really.
AC.
Well, there was
dude.
in the warehouse there was that little air unit with the hose going up
That's
into the window.
right.
So
Yeah.
not only the generator running, but an AC unit
Yeah.
plugged in somewhere.
That's insane.
So at what point did they move from the gravel lot
To West
to
Nashville
the,
to
yeah,
church.
to the warehouse?
Yeah,
Or
so
to the
that
other
was
spot?
it was definitely before episode 100 because I remember when Dave
Oh,
Korn,
okay.
like,
So y'all did a ton in the gravel.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So like, I specifically remember episode 100 because that was a big deal.
That was my first
That was
day
his
in
first
person
That was your
too.
first day, yeah.
Yeah.
with Dave
Person.
Korn,
It was
yeah.
huge.
What was y'all's first episode?
33, I think.
Was
'Cause
that,
on our that like gift that Will gave us of like the plaques of all the episodes that we had been a part of?
Yeah.
It started at like 32 or 33.
Yep. Yeah, we had just finished.
Really? Who was that?
The
Was
Jack
that
and G
was that
episode, 33.
I just
Man, I
remember
know it.
I remember one of the first ones being like AJ,
Yeah, AJ was definitely right there.
Derek. I remember
we
when
have
we
it
had,
down there, but
Isaiah Wilson and Jamil
biggest
Douglas.
bust in Tennessee Titans history. Fuck
And
you,
then,
Isaiah Wilson.
Clip that
like
chat.
Rashawn Evans and
Yeah.
Jayon Brown came.
Yeah.
Like some of my like the stuff on my phone kind of falls in that window of like pictures being back on the bus because not to get away from Blas, but the first time I met Will was like 2 weeks before COVID happened. So
Yeah.
the first like time we were back in person was like kind of in that window.
And then
So yeah, seeing
the
Titans players,
Zoom
you're like, what the
era
fuck?
of Bussin
Yeah.
was the
The
Zoom
what?
era when we were just every episode was
Zooms,
zoomed
yeah,
in,
yeah, that
and it was
sucked.
like the grossest graphics on
Dude.
top of the screen.
Yeah,
It's
bad.
crazy, dude. But you guys coming in was crucial for a pivot in my life.
Before we got there, so it was you, Zach,
Mm-hmm.
and then Alex.
Yep.
When did
Josh.
Alex come on?
Alex came on right after Neely passed. And again, rest in peace, Matt. Like, we love
Seriously.
you, dude. Seriously, we miss you. Matt holds a special place in my heart because when I came to Tennessee and, we started working for Bussin together, like, dude, he took me to my first Titans game. And it was cool, man. Like, Matt was a big deal around the Titans community. He would never tell you that. But, like, when I couldn't believe it when I went to the Titans game with him, dude. I mean, we couldn't make it to our seats. Everybody was stopping to say hi to him.
The
And I'm like,
OG boy.
Seriously.
yeah, dude. And I was like, yo, you downplay this shit so hard, dude. I was like, he's like, yeah. It was cool, man. But he loved it, man. He loved interacting with everybody. And for him to just like bring me along the way that he did and introduce me to a lot of the Titans fans that I know today, man, I love you, dude, and we miss you every day, dude. Seriously.
I was at a Titans game, not last season, but the season before, and someone was wearing a Neely jersey, and I was like, "Man, that's so cool!" Like,
do love
he's
seeing
still
those.
around, and I like Tom was like, "Yo, the boy Neely," and he was like, "Do you know Matt?" And he was like an older guy, and he's like, "I'm Matt's father."
Dang.
And it was one of those where we like hugged it out, and I was like, I now do what he did for Bussin. And
Yeah.
it was a cool moment. Like I feel like I'm getting chills talking about it now, but he really did make an impact on a low market NFL team. And if you talk to anyone who's been in the trenches of Tennessee Titans football, you know who Matt
Yeah, you
Neely
know who
is.
Matt
and
is.
yeah.
Nate Bain, I feel like, because I never knew Matt, but Nate Bain does such a good job of keeping him, like
Yeah.
his spirit alive within the
Woke up
Titans.
feeling like
sure.
it's time to tighten the fuck up.
Dude,
Yeah.
he does that for so many people
Every Sunday,
too, man.
man.
Yes, he 100% does it for Matt, but he does it for other people who support the team as well, dude. Even if you're like, I know he's supported this podcast
Oh my God.
heavy.
You're talking about Nate, right?
Yeah,
Bain?
Nate
We need
rides
Nate
for-
on the pod.
Nate's the
Yeah.
man.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Dude, he's
Nate will
incredible,
Get in
man.
here.
really do.
Again, another person who just opened his arms to somebody who he didn't have to and made me feel like family, dude. Like 100%. Like, Nate, you're the man, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. It is wild to think about because I don't like remember the first day being around everybody, but you brought up episode 100 and that being JP's first day and the fact that Dave Portnoy was there.
Brought the pizza box.
Brought the pizza box. It was like all the things encompassing like Bussin, Barstool, and then that thought of like Dave's looking at this bus and where we're recording going, what the hell did I sign up for?
Yeah, he's used to being
Yeah,
he's used to
seriously.
being a high rise in New York, dude.
Right.
It was so funny, dude.
Wait, you said it was pivotal for you when Jack and Garrett joined. Was that when you were going to the police academy? or
Yeah,
was
so
it-
that, I wouldn't have been able to do what I was doing and making that pivot to the police department if it wasn't for you guys, man, because you guys essentially took my place and I was there from a distance, just trying to help as much as I could, but you guys allowed me the opportunity to even explore that because I was fighting an internal battle. Like, yes, I was doing this cool job that most people would freaking, kill to be in or do. And it is a great job, but it comes with a lot, and that's a lot of the things that people don't see. Like, these guys are grinding, man. The amount of shows that you guys are putting out now gives me anxiety knowing.
If it's
that
nice to be
ninja might
seen.
crash out at
Yeah.
any
I'm
moment.
like, holy crap.
It's nice
Yeah,
to be seen.
dude, the amount of anxiety that I would feel doing all that stuff, hoping one, stuff works, two, getting it set up, three, the editing. I mean, dude, y'all are absolutely crushing it, man. It makes me so freaking proud to know you guys individually, but y'all are the unsung heroes, dude, of this entire operation, dude. And I freaking love watching you guys succeed, man, and do what you do. But
Man, it doesn't happen without having people like Blas
100%.
in your career and your story.
100%.
Because I can't speak for Garrett, but I feel like I can in this moment. When we come in, it's like he said, Will and Taylor, they can be intimidating. They're NFL players. So on top of all of the existing anxiety that presents itself, you come in and you just hope that there's like a cool operation of guys that maybe aren't going to like be a little
100%.
competitive or like, hey, you don't come from my job. And Blas from like day one was always so helpful. Like, it's like a guy you've known, like you're just catching up from high school. And he never like made it about himself or other people, like just always like involved us and like was there to help and like mentor and train. And so like our success doesn't happen without you being there to like
I mean,
start
I
it
feel
off.
like some of the, even like the smallest things on the bus, that like how we operate, how we start the show, how we finish it, still is like in a way like a Blas system.
There still is.
And like
There-
that would be a Mitch thing for sure.
Yeah, because like I think it's funny. The first time we met is when, because I came in on like a Wednesday, and like you would back then, you would only come in when we record.
Right.
First time we met was when we went to Knoxville that weekend. So we were in a car ride for 2.5 hours together.
that's right, dude.
And I was
I was gone on that one.
I
Yeah.
was
Three of us were gone.
so nervous because I'm like, because I was a fan, so I knew all of like who you guys were, and like obviously I knew who Blas was. And I'm like, this guy's like a military guy, he's a cop, like I'm fucking nervous. And so like we were in the car ride for like
Talk
we
about
met
being intimidating.
Yeah, no
We-
shit.
You were the
we
most.
met at like
For real,
5:45,
Lost
6
Dave Portnoy.
we met at like 5:45, 6 a.m. here at the shop, and I'm like, what's up, dude? And you're like, what's going on? We just packed everything up and just we
So
were
get in the car.
sat in the car for
Karen.
2.5 hours. But then like that's when we just started talking and like meeting, like getting to know each other and stuff. And then the ride back, you tried to fix your Apple CarPlay thing to get the game on.
Because Ohio State was playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
it was
were-
like, and then like I was basically like you and JP's like assistant. So like everything I learned on the bus was from you two, and like I still feel like I care. Like you didn't play any games when it come to the bus. Like don't fuck around and touch stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I still feel like I am, and like I feel like that's kind of how you have to be with, like,
sure.
with everything
For
you have
sure.
going on. But it was like everything I've learned and stuff came from you, came from JP. Like, and it's like there's still Blas isms on the bus from like
cool to hear.
when you set everything up.
I appreciate
Like
it.
anytime we change something new, it's like there's one piece of Blas taken off the bus. There's another piece of, it's like kind of like a little bittersweet, but it's also
Yeah.
like that's just how it's.
It's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that like, you know, I guess I was able to share some of that stuff with you, man, is a gift in itself. But like, I kind of want to go back to the car ride, dude, because
I can only
This
imagine
is
what
what
this
we
car
need.
ride was
Dude.
like.
This is my 4th day on the job, 3rd day on
Talk
the
to
job.
us, OG.
dude. So like, are you driving or am I driving?
You drove.
I drove.
You're in the Jeep.
No,
back
the
then.
Raptor.
No, the Raptor.
That Jeep, man.
I upgraded.
I didn't. I thought maybe you.
Will
still
finally
had
started
the
paying me,
Raptor.
so I felt like I could afford a better car.
Blas always had a good car. Though.
He did.
It was always a sick
I saw
car
the one
pulling up.
outside.
It was cool driving. That was my first time in a Raptor. I'm like, this is dope, dude.
That was so comfortable,
Yeah.
bro. But no, dude, I remember I was like, you want to listen to any music? Do you remember this?
Yeah, and you were like, I think, what do you like? Did I say Mike?
Yeah, so we were jamming out the mic a little bit. But then you started playing like
Aaron Rodgers highlights. We might need to cut that.
Adam Schefter.
What do you mean, man? They're friends.
Yeah, they're boys.
Yeah.
But you started dipping into the stuff that you really liked. Like, yeah, we shared
Yeah.
mic in common, but then you started sharing like some like rock stuff, some alternative rock
Yeah.
stuff. And we'd really like I was like, you didn't know this about me, but I was like, yo, I listened to a lot of those same bands.
Yeah,
And we just started jamming out to like just
just like Underground Zero or something. Or
Yes,
I think
dude.
I don't know if that was a band, but
and
like
that's when I was like, all right, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is cool. This guy's gonna be all right.
Let's
like
go.
it was cool, man.
when that was when we did PFT in like
That's
on the
right.
Yeah,
I
you were
was
on
there
the
for that one.
yeah.
on the
Mhm.
practice field, and like literally the first day we were doing, it's like, hey, you asked me like, you want to do this? I'm like, are you sure? Because I didn't want to fuck it up, but he
That's
like
right.
he let me switch the board and stuff. I'm like, this is so sick. Like,
Yeah. Do you remember trying to find like mic stands? Because we didn't have mic stands. We had to like, we had
it was
to
like those
jerk-
crates.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
I found
yes.
some like crates inside like the weight
Yeah.
room, and I was like, "Fuck, we'll just mount them to these."
Rue was crying in the back. I think she had like just been born.
Dude,
Yeah, she was
just
brand new.
yeah.
You problem solving a mic stand is a Blas thing to a T.
Problem solving in
Finding-
general.
100%. Finding anything to make something stay in place, a camera to be level, that does not surprise me. That is hilarious.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy because we were working on an open field, and
Literally just on the practice field.
and you know how it is when you. I mean, dude, again, early bus days, we didn't have X amount of sets of cameras that we could just
Right.
haul. I mean, we were ripping down the bus, taking it on the road,
Dude.
shooting back.
Thank God that world is
Oh,
past us.
That was
dude, I'm
awful.
so glad. I'm so happy for you guys. 'Cause, like, I didn't experience a time when that was a
Right,
reality. But man, even like having to get back and put that thing together because we always got back on a Sunday.
Right.
We recorded on Monday,
Yep.
so it's like they're going home. Like, if I don't set this thing up now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come in super early in the morning and do it. So, but yeah, man, those are some
Also,
crazy
if you're
times.
just not listening to a lot of this stuff for the first time, but you're a current Bussin fan, and maybe you've seen some of the lore in the shop of Clump, Jeremy Clump, who is basically the office troll. Before there was Jeremy Clump, there was Blas Hernandez, one of the greatest trolls of all time. He used to get me so angry about 49ers and Titans football, and then you just look back at him and he'd have this shit-eating grin, just like, I got you again. And I just want to know, Blas, are you still a troll?
That's part of me that'll never leave, dude.
Thank God.
The only problem is the people on the receiving end of that are now like my stepkids, dude. Dude, my
owning
wife
them.
yells at me all the time. She's like, "Stop messing with them, dude." But I can't, dude. They'll be sleeping, and I know Tito's still afraid of like monsters and shit like that.
Come on,
Dude.
Tito.
Grow up, dude. Dude, I'll go by his door. And I'll just play like little kids crying in the hallway.
Oh my god. That's not even a troll. That's just being fucked up.
That's little kids crying. It's crazy.
They're
Just creating generational trauma for a laugh.
dude, it's just oh man, they are on the receiving end of a lot
I mean,
of.
there's not
job.
much that can scare Blas, I feel like,
Right.
after your life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Real
And your
wars in
experience.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
You don't know what
It's
scary
equipment
is.
failing.
Oh,
That's
what?
the-
Yeah,
that's
for-
my
for not
biggest
hitting
fear.
record.
Yeah.
Dude,
or
no
audio
doubt.
getting dropped or freaking
Dude.
corrupt files. Yeah, there's still
Hey,
stuff out there.
How was it as a massive Niners fan the first time you got to meet George Kittle?
Dude, that was so cool, man. Like I say this, there's a few people who have I've been kind of starstruck by or just kind of like at a loss for words. George Kittle's one of them because as a massive Niner fan and somebody who couldn't represent the brand any better. And George, like, we're all praying for you, dude. Hopefully,
Yeah.
everything goes well. We miss you. We'll try and I'm sure the team will bring that thing home.
Friend of our show.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I'm sure George
has
is
been
tuned
on
in
here.
right now.
George is truly like
that was cool.
Hall of Fame human being.
Yeah.
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 It's unreal to see everything he does for other people. Just hearing all the stories, how he interacts with every single person, no matter what status they are.
The
Like,
people in his DMs.
and that's why it sucks so much to see somebody like
It
him
couldn't
injured.
happen to a better person.
It's like, man.
Yeah, I feel like I always describe George as somebody that understands his situation in life is so rare, and he does such a good job of not taking it for granted and like
Or
sharing
too
it
seriously.
or too
Right.
seriously. Like, he truly is having so much fun, but also understands like that he's like, I would imagine, like a very lucky guy. Like, it's just
Yeah.
he's a good representation of just being a good fun dude.
I think you put it perfectly, man. It's somebody who knows the position they're in is going to do everything he possibly can to just touch, any fan out there or anybody that supports him or
Right.
or whatever, man. If he could just brighten your day, like you could count on George to do it, man.
For sure.
Has absolutely no has no reason or not like it's not his obligation to do that, man.
At
But just
all.
like you said,
He's just like
understands.
that.
He's just like that. He's just a good dude, man. And he threw me a follow after that. That
Yeah.
was cool.
So sick.
Dude, there's
Um,
nothing better than getting followed by some of the guys that come on the bus
Yeah.
that you're either fans of or just massive names. So when you grow up watching and it's just like, yo, what? I actually kind of know this person now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So George was definitely one of those people. You know who else was? And this is kind of crazy. Sean Johnson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the first female on.
I
Bussin'
bet
with
that
the
was
boys.
crazy. Like, because she was, what year?
2008, I think, was her.
That's
She
what I-
Big
was an
Olympics.
Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that
That was iconic
That is wild,
Olympics,
like-
bro. That USA gymnastics team, I feel like for everybody around our age is etched in our brain. It's that gymnastics team and then Michael
The
Phelps'
swim.
8 or 9 gold
Yes.
medal run. Like,
Yeah.
I can picture all those competitions and all of his
I
races.
remember
So,
where I was watching Phelps.
Yeah.
That's-
Like that, like, yeah, that one will be, that's legendary.
Yeah, man. So seeing her in person was crazy. Like
Yeah.
I just remember setting up the bus, and again, we were at the gravel parking lot during her episode.
Gold medalist.
Yeah, and I like walked out and I turned the corner outside of the bus, and she's like right there, all pregnant, and I was just like, whoa, and like she said hi to me, and I like, and I just like I walked right past
You hit a
her.
cartwheel out of there.
Dude, oh my gosh, I was like, oh, I'm such an
Because
idiot.
it was her and her husband, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, Nastia. I mean, Sean.
No, bro.
Dude, seriously. Oh, you're great. Love you.
And then I ran into her at Jimmy John's.
Dude.
Epic.
So cool, dude. So like I ran into
You love freaky fast subs too?
yeah, no kidding, right? Dude, so I was walking out of Jimmy John's and I held the door open. And she walks out, but her kids walk out right behind her. She stops them and she goes, "What do you say?" And they're like, "Thank you, sir," like blah blah blah. And I was like, that is so cool, man.
That's
Shut up,
awesome.
kid. Monsters
Yeah,
are real.
dude.
You start playing the
Grow
grown
up.
kid sound.
I was like, what you don't know is I know your mom from way back in the day.
So that would have been what, 2019, I assume.
Yeah.
Since then on Bussin', I think since Sean Johnson, there's been
one other
3
Two.
other girls.
2.
Oh
Two.
yeah, because
We
you
had
guys
Erica
Erica.
Nardini, Bunny,
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Oh,
Bunny
and
came
then-
and Jelly.
and
And then Kay.
and Kay. Yeah. So since then, we've had 4 women in almost 6 years.
That's
Wait for the next 6 years.
great. Yeah. no
Something we
kidding.
won't dive into, but I feel like I need to say just for the lore of this is Blas After Dark. We don't have to get into the
Yeah, we don't have to
details,
get into
but
Yeah, I remember that as a fan. That's how like I just remember listening to that
Well-
as a fan.
we'll
Now
leave it
that
at
you are in Blas's old seat, they like Will and Taylor used to put Blas in a blender all the time.
Yeah, I
think
was
it
gonna
is just
say
that
That is
seat.
that. It's
I was
just
gonna
that
say
seat's
I
role.
am the like. I think Will and Taylor told me like you are the new Blas. Like
Every time it happens,
Every-
all I think about is, man, they used to have
'Cause I-
Blas back here. And
Why
I
you clear your
remember-
throat?
yeah, I
Like, man,
remember.
let this man speak.
I remember every time you would try and like speak, you would like stutter, and that's how
Oh.
I was in the beginning. And they're like, "You
Hard.
really, dude?" It was
now
like,
that we
I know
talk
exactly
a little
what
more,
Blas-
it's easier. But yeah, dude, starting out and they're like, you have something to say, you're like, yeah, no, not really.
Yeah.
I was like,
But
brother,
yeah.
I just want to be behind the camera. Just leave me
Yeah,
alone. Like,
yeah.
I had zero interest of being on the episode or anything like that. But like, and then the times where I felt confident speaking, they made me feel fucking stupid. And I was like, yeah, I'm really never fucking talking again.
Blas would be like, yeah, how about the 49ers? Like, shut up, Blas.
I was like, oh yeah, the 49ers and their scheme. And Taylor goes, oh, tell me about their scheme. And I'm like, I was just using football words. Dude.
yeah.
You,
Give me a break. He's like,
were-
you understand scheme? I don't even understand scheme, and I'm in the NFL. I'm like,
You were talking about like your biggest fear being like corrupt files and stuff, and we talked about it earlier with the Vermont trip. You guys have to dive into that because I wasn't here.
Was that
for-
right before you got here?
When was that?
Shit, summer.
Man,
Summer.
that was a blur. That's what that was.
Is that summer of 22?
It really
Did you not
was.
know what we were out there for?
No,
you
I know
expect
you were.
us to remember that?
man.
Yeah,
That
facts.
whistle pig.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
They
I
were
know
drinking
around
whiskey at 6 a.m.
Bro.
I think it was right before I had got hired because I was like reaching out to you guys a bunch because I think you guys went Whistle Pig and then went to Green Bay, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
So, but I wasn't here for that. But I just remember like I even still pick up on the "Where's Blas," like saying like inside joke, even though I wasn't even there for it.
Honestly, that like Vermont was so much fun.
A
And
blast.
The best
I did
trip.
not
With KFC
know.
too, like
Dude,
their whole squad.
I did not know
all time.
what to expect
Same.
going there, and it was a blast.
Such
bro.
a cool property.
They were
Weather
so
was
cool.
perfect.
Our
Dude, we had
crews
a
meshed
personal
so
chef.
well.
They did.
Yeah.
Food was
chef till
great.
this
Drinks
day.
were great. Obviously,
Yeah.
Dude, one of the
location was amazing. Like
One of
middle
the first
Vermont.
funny things on that trip with Blas
Shoreham, Vermont.
was there was like couches and beds everywhere. And we're all kind of walking around to pick where to sleep. And you walk into kind of like this rec room. And Blas is just on the floor with one pillow, kind of like arms
Often.
crossed, just up. They're like, hey, Blas, you know you could go anywhere else to sleep. Like, there's plenty of beds. No, I'm good where I am. All right, man.
Dude, yeah.
You don't have to be in the
We saw
trenches,
that
man.
different
No, I
side.
need this.
Saw the different side of
I need,
Blas.
this. I need to
this.
humble myself.
I'm gonna earn this.
I'm in this Whistle Pig mansion.
Drunk. Just,
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah, bro. I mean, to fast forward, one of the nights when I feel like I definitely felt hammered. I go up to the room. I end up falling asleep, but you were asleep on the ground next to the bed I was on. I was like, "What are you
was keeping
doing,
watch
bro?"
for you, man.
Yeah, he was for real.
Making sure no one took your
That's
spot.
the first time I saw the Gary coffin.
Oh man,
Dude.
Let me get comfortable now.
Because also,
Let's go.
is it so? Wait, where's Blas happen on that trip?
Dude, where's Blas been
I
going on
think-
for so long? I truly don't know the
I
origin
believe
of
it did because you guys were walking to like the next distillery or whatever, and then you were like,
No, I think it was when we were leaving that dinner.
Yeah,
because he went to go.
Like when
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
when we were like in the city.
Dude,
Yes.
y'all, I'm glad y'all remember because I'm
I
like,
don't. But I swear the where's
trying to
Blas
think
is
of,
like
like-
the funniest inside joke that I don't even know if we will ever know the origin
Well,
anymore.
and then so we got there. We did like a tour that first day, and then you just got to chill all afternoon. We had built a fire.
Play some
They had like
frisbee.
a sweet little frisbee golf course, all
didn't we
sort of
do, like,
yard
some
games.
relay race thing? Or?
yeah. Y'all did like
Yeah.
some
Oh
relay.
yeah, for like
Pushing, like, the
content.
log.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's
Jack and
right.
Will killed
Yeah.
the KFC team.
I think that lit the fire in fights
Honestly,
because he's been on the fitness kick ever
Yeah.
since then.
you're welcome.
We did
Fights.
skins and shirts for something too. What was that?
Did we
I believe
play
it was
like
for
flag?
that race.
Yeah, and man, I cannot remember.
We had to play.
Don't drink
something.
whiskey at 6 a.m.
Dude,
I'm glad y'all remember most of this trip because
I
Were you
barely
blacked out the
remember
whole
it.
time?
dude, I don't know. It was just free.
Bro, you would
free
just take
anything.
that sip, and after like 10 of those sips, you're like, face felt warm. Like you definitely had that.
man,
Brother, it's coming straight from the barrel.
yeah.
So it's even like more like even
Will
stronger.
kiss KFC,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
At
If that
10.
tells you anything, yeah.
Yeah.
dude. That was
It was a lot of fun.
the number one moment of that trip.
we had a flight debacle.
yeah,
Thank you for
which was
helping.
great. Blas was trying to figure it out. He's just drunk in the back.
Dude, what was
Oh my
crazy is we got back from that trip and Will was like, hey, like, you know, I really need you to like figure this stuff out. I'm like, I'm driving the car.
Yeah,
Like, I can't like drive and
I
do
don't
this.
even know how we even had an issue with the flights, but it was things were getting delayed. We were trying to switch stuff.
Yeah.
But at dinner, we had an awesome dinner like downtown, whatever city this was, and we're
That place was so
we're just
cool.
kind of walking around, and me and Blas are kind of towards the back. Everyone is just in that perfect buzz state, so we're all just sort of floating as we go to the next spot. Blas just kind of drops back, and I just hear a little bit of like splattering / drops on the sidewalk. And I turn around, kind of turn back, double take. Blas is kind of wiping his mouth. I don't see anything, but I know I heard something. It's like, Blas, did you just throw up? No, what are you talking about? I look back again,
remember
there's
that.
just puke on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Just walking
Pretty sure
by.
he
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it happened.
did not break
I remember.
stride.
No, it was just like, ah.
Because at that dinner fight, that was when fights.
He
like,
got
turned
tanked.
it
Me and
up.
him got into it because I said I could run a sub 540, and he was like, "No, you cannot, man." But yeah, he ended up I think passing out.
Passing out in the middle of the floor by the
Snoring loud
dartboard.
as
Yeah.
crap.
Dude, yeah, because we were playing pool, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went
Yeah.
pulling darts.
Pulling darts.
Yeah, I remember. Like he was fading, dude.
was
Remember,
fading.
there were times where he'd be on the couch and he'd just be like,
Like
He'd
a
get
snake
up.
with the dart.
yeah,
And then we were playing for money.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
$1,000.
was the biggest
Yeah, he still
hustle
owes
play.
$1,000.
Yeah,
We're like, we can't take it. This man's half
Me and Will
unconscious.
start yelling about the beach versus lake.
Oh yeah,
That was when those started.
that was a great.
That was a good trip, man.
That was so fun, man.
They
And
were
then just
so good to us.
to be able to like put a bourbon together, like that was cool,
Yeah.
man.
I'm glad we're not
was
with
sick.
Whistle Pig anymore, solely because they got rid of the guy who hosted us.
Yes.
there. the
He
like,
went-
bald guy who was like
He was
skiing.
with like X. He was like in that world, extreme
Yeah.
sports. Went with Whistle Pig, and then
Once he
something
left,
happened.
I felt good that we were no longer with the company. I hope they're doing well, but that dude, what I forget his name,
Yeah, it
forget
tastes
everything
great.
about the trip, but
Yeah.
where's Blas? But he was all time. They
Yeah, he was
hosted
great.
us. Vermont's cool, man.
Jason.
Dude, Blas probably doesn't even realize how much we say "Where's Blas?"
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
have no idea. The fact that
Almost
this is
every-
a thing is
almost every
hilarious.
trip.
Every
It's-
trip
every
we get
trip.
out of somewhere, like everybody got everything. Somebody says, "Wait, where's Blas?"
I still don't know how it began, but
It's,
maybe.
it's that one, and then it's like, wait, this isn't Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
brothers. from.
I hope to one day get to be on a trip with you guys, dude.
Oh,
Just-
dude,
gotta
I
make that
know.
happen.
What are you doing Super Bowl?
Hey, that would be cool.
Yeah,
Come
Sam.
crash in the room.
Yeah, that's shit. Yeah, that's
We
that
know
is
Boss
cool.
won't take up a bed. He'll be on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. You ain't got to worry about anywhere. I'll find a place to sit. But
So-
no, it would just be cool to just fucking hang out with the boys, man. Like I feel like the only time I get to see you guys is if like I come here or. I want to do a better effort of getting you guys out to the property,
Yeah.
but also bring you into some of the stuff that I'm doing now. Get you out to like a shooting range and stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah, we need to do
Film
that.
some stuff for Inside the Bus, like some
Yeah.
behind the scenes content and stuff like that. Like, I know you got to experience it.
So
it was like
cool.
He
last
said it
year.
was
Last year.
awesome, and it was like,
Yeah,
fuck, I
he
wish I
talked
could've
about it
gone.
very
Yeah,
highly.
bro.
But we got to get you guys all out there, man.
Dude, another
Absolutely.
one of my favorite Blas stories. Blas, this was the day he was crowned the king of karma. And he posted a story on April Fool's.
Dude,
In the
this was the craziest
Wait, when,
thing of all
was this
time.
when I was here?
You're about to find out.
Blas, he posted a photo on April Fool's in the hospital bed, like hooked up to IV or whatever, like facing out, and naturally everyone swipes up, bro, are you good? He's like, no, I'm just messing with y'all, whatever it was. And I kid you not, a week later, this man posted another one. And I'm like, why are you still trolling? He's like, nah, bro, I tore my ACL. I was like, no shot, what happened? He was like, I was at the trampoline park.
I remember when you told that story. You
Exploded
said
in-
you went up trying to be Kobe, and then you came down,
Dude.
your knee just exploded.
That's exactly how it happened, man. But it was April Fool's, man. I just found I was like, man, like what's a good April Fool's joke? And I was scrolling
Hospital
on
bed.
Google. I was scrolling on Google. I found this. I think the dude's foot was white, dude. Which, like, if you didn't pay attention to the photo, like that's
Like,
on
dang,
you.
Blas has an infection, man.
Oh, yeah, that's on you. But
Bro.
yeah, I posted this photo of this dude in his same leg and everything, right leg wrapped up, hospital bed. I took the exact same photo a week later after I tore my patella. It was, and yeah, I was at the trampoline park, just trying to impress my stepson, letting him know I still had it. I went up for the Kobe under the legs, and knee just exploded in the air, dude.
Bro, you having to get on the bus from the back.
Oh yeah,
I wiped out one time. Blas, you good? Yeah, I'm fine.
bro.
Dude,
It
that
was
was
insane. It was like a little step ladder.
yeah,
It's
Still there.
back
still there, same ladder.
I gotta
take you,
give I gotta give flowers. King of Karma. He also might have switched up once he left Bussin and became King of Good Karma, because there was a time when I was dating my ex-girlfriend and she lived in a bad part of North Nashville, and there were some bad gunshots that went off. So Blas was a patrolman at this time. I call him. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you mind like coming over. I can't remember if I was there. I don't think I was there, and I was in town, so I was on my way, and you're like, don't worry, I'll go check it out. I pull up. Blas is out front in the squad car, like making sure everything's good. My girlfriend at the time, she's like all razzled. Blas stays out in front of her house all night in the squad car chilling, just making sure everything's cool. And I'll never forget that, man. Even though hopefully I'll forget that girl, I'll never forget what you did
Appreciate
for
it,
them.
man.
So I do appreciate
It's
that.
just it's nice to be able to do stuff like that, man. Especially in the position that I'm in now, man. Like anytime I get an opportunity to just like help somebody, man, like that's what it's all about, dude. That's what friendships are for, man. And I know you guys would do the exact same thing for me if I ever needed anything.
Yep.
So it's just nice, dude. It always feels good to feel, to help somebody out
Yeah.
that you love and care about.
blew up
Is
that
that,
knee and changed
hell-
everything.
Or go ahead.
Is that? I feel like my question's gonna lead down another way. If you want to go.
Okay.
I was gonna say, just you saying that reminded of me of when you two conspired to
Mischief night. I don't know how much details we can go into.
No, we can go into it.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're good. We're
definitely-
clear.
yeah. Definitely hit that.
Yeah, statute of limitations. Of
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No.
Man, Mischief night. Another personal Hall of Fame Blas moment for me. We set up the scene to roll Will's house on Mischief night, and all the boys are in on it. We're all hyped, and I'm thinking, man, how can we take this to the next level? And who do you call when you want to take things to the next level? You call Blas. Call Blas up. I'm like, hey, we got to pull off this double prank on the boys. This is what time we'll be there. Do you think you can make it? And mind you, I did this very last minute. And
So last minute, it was Game 7 of the World Series, and I'm a big Dodger fan.
And Blas still showed up.
Dude.
And dude, when he rolled up, I mean, it could not have turned out better.
bro.
I
everybody
took off.
Yeah, we were out of there.
sprinting.
Delaney
We were out
jumping
there.
over the fence.
Yes.
I am so
Sherm
envious
was
of
in
that
his
feeling.
Sherm was in Will's
It
backyard.
was Sherm who jumped the fence, I thought.
Yeah.
Delaney went with him though, I think.
Yeah, but the video you have of all of us just walking down the street with
bro,
everything.
we parked right next to you.
Yes.
somehow.
Yeah,
Bro,
I don't
it
know
was
how we didn't
so
see
funny.
that.
Yeah. So I'm watching
Foolish.
the whole time, and I'm like, oh, I hope they don't see me. I recline the seat back, but I'm like, I gotta capture
He
this.
was full private investigator. Full.
Pulls up, whoop.
Dude.
Everybody took off. Delaney said, "Oh shit, the cops!"
Dude, to feel
God.
that though, like I'm so envious of that feeling.
I can still feel the rush I got
Bro.
when Delaney screamed that and everyone just
It was kind of a
took off
nice
swimming.
rush. Good
Oh, dude,
reminder.
it's so pure.
Such a good reminder.
Somehow Will still didn't realize we were out there with the lights on.
He
and
wasn't
everything.
home.
He wasn't even
Yeah,
home.
it was just Charo. It was pregnant Charo.
Pregnant
Rude.
Charo. We
'Cause
rolled
Will was
pregnant
mad.
Charo. Sorry, Charo.
Dude, the way you guys described it though, on like when you guys debriefed it after, man, is just like, man, I feel like a kid again, man. I feel like a kid. Again.
Yes,
That
Like,
shit was so
because
awesome.
I used to do that stuff when I was a kid. Like we all do. Which is
100%.
why that feeling resonates with us, man. But used to go ding dong ditch.
Man,
You know, used to egg people's houses.
running from the cops. Like there's
Yeah.
just nothing better.
So we would just do that. We would see cops on the road.
Yeah.
And me and my buddies, we would be out past curfew and we'd just start running. Didn't do anything. Just start running though. Just to see if they could
Just to
chase
feel
us.
that rush.
Just to feel that rush, man.
So fun.
And to know that I was able to like give you guys that feeling.
A
dude,
true
oh,
gift.
Dude.
The-
So cool.
My last, like on the funny side, I don't know if yours is going more serious. One of my other favorite Blossisms is just when he would post hilarious food on Twitter. Like, what y'all think of this?
Like it'd be like gross hot dogs and stuff. It's like
He'd be like, dinner tonight.
Yeah, a hot dog salad.
hot dog
The
salad was
ultimate
the
troll.
one, bro.
Oh man.
Those were awesome.
No, my question was gonna like start leading into like when you left Bussin to go pursue what you're doing now.
Yeah.
If you wanted to kind of get into that, because you mentioned earlier that like us coming on kind of helped you see this other lane that you kind of wanted to
you're welcome.
see. Yeah.
yeah. No, seriously, I appreciate it. But yeah, no, so it was obviously like an internal battle that I was fighting at the time, man, because you're gifted this opportunity. And you don't want to seem unappreciative of the opportunity, but at the same time, like Will's like such a reasonable person, man, and just kind of he just gets it. So when I had told him, I was like, hey man, like I'm really fighting this internal battle. I had served in the military for 9 years, and that feeling of service hadn't left me. And like I said, it was something that I was battling every day on the bus, and I was just like, man, should I be doing something else? Like I was so used to just doing something bigger than myself. And not saying that like, you know, working for the bus didn't do anything for me internally. It 100% did. I was just fighting a different battle internally. So I brought it up to him, and I still remember I was in East Nashville at the time, and I pulled into Burger Up, the parking lot, and I just remember calling him, and I was like, hey Will, like I really think like I think I'm gonna go to the police academy. And it kind of caught him off guard, and he's like, what? I was like, man, like I'm really fighting this internal battle. And I just feel like, you know, that's where my purpose is at. And he's like, all right. He's like, what is a number that it would take to keep you here? And I was like, holy crap. Like, what, a number? Like,
long
you
do
mean
you
like
have?
like a dollar amount? And he's like, yeah, what number is it going to take for, you know, to keep you here? And I was like, well, I don't think there's a number that I could put on a piece of paper that could replace what I'm feeling right now. And he's like, I respect that. He's like, I can't put a price on purpose. And he's like, go do what you need to do.
Damn.
And I was like, I know at that moment I felt like, you know, weight was lifted off of my shoulders, because like
100%.
for somebody like him, you know, and Taylor, like, dude, you're on this trajectory path, you know, you're having success, and your main producer's telling you that they want to leave. I don't even know how they felt about it, you know, at the time, but the way Will handled it, I'll always be grateful for, because had he said something else or made me feel guilty about it, it's probably something that I would resent him for,
Right.
you know, and not pursuing, you know, that career path, man. So, I mean, I appreciate the way he handled that, man. And I don't think I've ever told him that publicly. So if he sees this, you know,
Yeah.
hey, I
Hell yeah.
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
For
Yeah,
sure.
watching Will operate with you in that moment and then the moment when you fully left just says everything you need to know about Will as a person. And
For sure.
you know, he is a good leader and like somebody that you do want.
You said it like it. That is something that is so scary to go and try and tell your boss in a very cool situation that we're all a part of, that, you know, it's just there's something inside that isn't getting itched, and I gotta see it through. And yeah, to get that response is, for you, I'm sure you're kind of like, all right, that proves even more of the point that I need to go and see what this other opportunity could have for me.
Yeah. No, for sure. And he's like, hey, can you just do me one favor, and can you just help, you know, whoever replaces you? And at the time, you know, Zach Patton was, you know, coming back from school. I think he was on break or whatever, and he was going to fill in. And then COVID happened, having you guys there. Y'all literally made the transition so seamless for me to allow and do that and get through the academy. And then, you know, finishing at the academy and talking to Will, he was like, you want to come back?
So sick.
And I was like, for real?
Oh, I didn't know that. So you had left for a bit and then came back for a bit?
So I left for a bit, but I was still helping, and Will didn't know that. So Zach,
Par for the course.
you know, Zach was you know, making phone calls. I was still helping him edit it at time. I didn't want to tell Will, and he found out later on, but like I couldn't get paid during that time because I was you know, where I was at, and I think that spoke a lot to Will to know that like I had still been helping, not asking for anything, and you know,
100%.
you know, I think that
Well, there's like a weird thing I feel like with this place that a lot of us sitting here can agree on, is being there so early, and you obviously before us, like there is a weird like sense of like ownership in it, and so you trying to help that next wave, whatever it is, like, yeah, I mean, that is obviously helped us get going, and it's only helped the rest of how Bussin has gone. So I mean,
Yeah,
props
like,
to
You know that
Blas.
meme? You know that meme with the Ninja Turtles and Splinter, and then they're grown up?
Yes.
That's literally us and
That's
Blas.
us and Blas.
like, and like
We gotta
it's,
post that.
Yeah,
That
we
is
are.
cool.
Is
dude.
Blas Uruguay?
like it's in kind of going off like what G said, like being able to trust us to like, all right, I know when you were training JP, I trust JP, he's not going to fuck this up. And then when you were training me, I trust Mitch, he's not going to fuck this up. But like, I'm sure we didn't really know it at the time, but like thinking about it that way, it's like, it's cool that you trusted us that much, and like we trusted you to like teach us and everything, which is it's cool to like think back on.
Yeah.
hearing that is such a reward, man, that like I didn't anticipate like getting like emotional or whatever, but like hearing that, man, like brings me so much joy.
Right.
And again, like it continues to just you know, to make me proud of this brand, dude, because the right people are running the ship, dude.
Right.
And the right people are behind the scenes. Like I feel like you guys have yet to miss on the people that you guys bring in, even since you guys have like kind of taken the reins, man. Like all the new guys that are showing up and doing it, like they're just like they fit in, man. And it's like it's really freaking cool, man. It's so nice to be able to come back here, you know, and just experience and still be a part of it, man. Because like a lot of me does miss it, you know.
Can't put a price on purpose, though.
No,
Yeah.
That was a
100%.
bar.
Yeah.
You gotta come back for Foursquare when we get it going
Oh,
again.
dude,
Yeah.
that's been fun too, man. I'm telling you, I there's a lot of times where I'm just like,
Or
oh,
Thursday.
man, it's
Imagine
so
Blas
cool.
rolls up on Thursday.
Bro, you could like
come outside.
dude.
Hey, you did that to somebody.
Yeah, do you guys?
Who did you? I know, but I know that. No, I'm saying here at the shop.
Yeah.
Didn't you pull in behind like a guest or somebody?
Was it Delaney again?
It might have been somebody.
Oh man, what was
Blas
that?
has great pranks now that he's.
Yeah, he arrested Taylor
Wielding.
one time.
Oh yeah, Arrested Taylor. Yeah, that was pretty
yeah, good time. Yeah.
that was,
Dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Whoever has the task of arresting that man, good luck.
Yeah.
It's easier
They're a
now.
big human.
It's easier now.
Yeah, you just use weapons. That's why you got a gun belt.
Anytime
You got
I
all those
get,
tools.
anytime like if I get pulled over in Nashville, I immediately am shooting Blas a text. I'm like, hey, is there any way I'm getting out of this ticket?
I
And he's
know.
like, dude, this is not my side of like he's like, I swear I would do it. And then I hit up Blas for every petty crime that happens in my life. When my headphones got stolen for the second
In
time.
Vegas?
No, for the second time in Nashville, They end up in Clarksville, and he's like, bro, I'll come pick you up right now and we'll go. I'm just going to let you know it's at an apartment complex. So if you're prepared to go knock on every door, I'll come pick you up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. But I do appreciate you being ready to roll.
I know, because dude, if it pops up on my feed, I'm like, and it's like,
I'm pretty sure Blas hit me up, but I just posted on Twitter, and he's like, bro, are we rolling?
Like I said, man, anytime I get a chance to help,
Yeah, don't mess with us here at the bus.
Dude, so when you left Bussin for the last time, when it was final, obviously there's some anxiety that goes into that, and I think it's cool because you already had another full-time job as well, but there's a lot of people out there that listen. I feel like especially our core demographic that probably listens to this, who always think about a career change, or even if you love your job but you feel called to something different. What is just some advice? I know you have the no price on purpose, but when you were officially making the jump, were you anxious? Were you a little bit scared? And what kind of put those things at ease?
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you asking that question, because I think this is really important for a lot of people to hear. So this wasn't the first time I made a transition, right? I'd got out of the Army after giving 9 years, of service. So there's a part of that situation that prepared me for leaving for Bussin, right? And I watch it happen so many times with younger soldiers, older soldiers, and even soldiers out there today, committing suicide. There's 22 soldiers that commit suicide each and every day. And that stuff's not forgotten. But I feel like a lot of those suicides probably come from people who place their identity into something so much that you forget who you are at the core. And the moment that that's stripped away from you, you find out who you are. So anybody that's out there who's making a transition, whether it's on your terms or whether it's on their terms, because it can happen to anybody. Don't place your identity into something so much that it handicaps you. And I took that and I came to Bussin with that, because this brand is so big now. And it's like you said, you take ownership in a lot of the things that you do here, right? Because you helped it grow. But if I would have held on to that and made it my identity so much that it handicapped me, I wouldn't have been able to make that transition. So if you're out there, you're a police officer, you're a soldier, you're a part of a brand that you're proud of, don't put your identity in it, man, so much that it handicaps you. Be who you are, be proud of who you are at the core and what you bring to the table as an individual. Don't let that brand define you. Let your last name, let the name on your back define you.
Hell yeah.
What a
Hell
beat.
yeah.
That was awesome, man. And it's one of my favorite, Simon Sinek. He has this thing where the theme of it is all you'll ever deserve is a styrofoam cup. And he talks about how one year he was invited to speak at this conference. And when he was invited to speak at this conference, his plane ticket was paid for. He was in first class. He had a driver at the hotel. He had coffee waiting for him and everything. And then the following year, he wasn't a speaker. He still wanted to go to the conference. He paid for his plane ticket. He booked his own hotel, and he had to pick up his own coffee. And his whole thing was, people are respecting you not for the person that you are, but for the position you're in. And so always keep that in mind when don't confuse your position with your person, with your personality, with your
100%.
identity. And it's just, that was a perfect way to explain it on your end. So that was awesome. That was a great explanation.
No, I appreciate it, man. And like I said, man, it just made the transition easier.
Yeah.
Was it bittersweet? Absolutely. When Will and I sat down, and it's crazy that there was a fan there that captured that moment.
That is the craziest thing.
I was going to bring that up because I
that.
couldn't remember if it was one of the people from the squad or if it was a stranger.
It was a random
one got
person. It
coffee
was
or
like,
something?
Yeah.
I remember tweeting, just kind of that I was leaving the podcast, and somebody posted under that and saying I think this is the moment where it happened. And I was like, I'm not going to acknowledge that, but yeah, that is, dude. But it was crazy, man. And I still remember the conversation. Will was so great about it, man. Yeah. And he was just just asking me are we ever going to get you full time?
Right.
And I was just
one last
that's
effort.
gotta feel good.
one last effort. And I was
that's gotta be a good feeling.
but it's you get you get to leave, with your head held high and proud of, the work that you did and where the brand was at, man. And it's something that I carry with me and I'm proud of, and I'll display all over my new office,
Yeah.
the accolades and the, the plaque that he gave us, the silver play button, all that stuff,
Right.
will be hanging on my walls and proud and continuing to root this brand on.
Absolutely.
Leaving on your own terms is powerful stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like one of the things here, like, I mean, it's always an open door. Like
Right.
You can literally just show up when you want, and it's like, oh, fuck yeah, Blas is here.
That's the coolest thing,
Yeah.
man, is like nobody has ever made me feel unwanted here. Will Taylor always embraced me like I'm family. You guys, the same thing. I mean, it's just cool, man. It's always nice to come back. I try to stay away because, like I said, you don't want to be that guy hanging around, but it also just makes seeing you guys that much more special. Too.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think if anything, you don't come around enough.
Yeah.
And
Well, y'all are grinding, dude. Y'all
I
are
know.
grinding, dude. I know what it's like for people to come in and just throw you off your rhythm and your flow,
Yeah.
especially with everything that you guys have
That's
going
just
on.
that's every day at like
Well,
3 o'clock.
Football season's different.
But
Like,
I mean,
come-
Thursday streams, if y'all want the boy to ever
Yeah,
pop in, I'm
yeah.
happy to.
100%.
Because those look like a lot of fun, dude.
You got to
Dude,
be
watching
play
football
too,
at work.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, so
'Cause
I was
Southern
hoping
Cal.
to see him today.
Well, you just missed Delaney too.
Oh,
Clay always bounces right away whenever we're done.
really?
Yeah.
Because
Southern
he
Cal guy, man.
he went to Agora High School,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Rio Mesa. So we were like rival schools.
Yeah.
I just missed Clay, but I believe I played against his brother Casey when he was in Oaks Christian and stuff like that.
That's so
That's
crazy,
so
dude.
wild.
This
And I was
world
just-
is so small.
so small, man. But I just remember hearing all about Clay Matthews, like in high school.
Back home, yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool. I was hoping to say what's up and
We got you got to come
mesh
in-
those
yeah, for
worlds
sure.
together. But
Yeah, if you can somehow sneak by before NFL season's over, you
yeah.
can meet each other.
so is he
Yeah.
is he living here full time or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was full time with the NFL locker room.
Yeah.
So obviously there's only like
Yeah,
2 more
they're
weeks
here
left.
full
Yeah,
time
2
now.
weeks.
Yeah.
But
Even Delaney too, as a 49er fan, like
Right.
Delaney.
Delaney is such a beast.
Don't,
He's
you're a
the
49er,
man,
dude.
bro.
You're not a tight.
Don't do this, man.
You-
Y'all
we could
were
go to the-
wasting that man
Yeah,
up
we
there.
were, man, because we had Vernon Davis, but like Niner fans still remember how
Delaney came
I mean,
alive when he came to Nashville.
4-6.
he did come like, yeah, his talents were unleashed and unlocked when he came to Nashville, but like,
Key
you bet
player
your
for
ass
you
he
guys.
wasn't. He was still balling on the Niners behind the scenes
Yeah.
and under the radar out there. But
we had
good on
the-
the Titans for seeing that.
we had Delaney on a couple months ago, and he like fully walked us through like his first years in the league. And I don't think I really like sat down and like actively listened to every detail. And it's such a just awesome story. Go check out that episode if you're listening.
14
Delaney
years, bro.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, and Delaney's another guy that's
At
like
tight end.
similar, like to George Kittle, to where it's
Yeah.
like and especially like where he grew up and like the circumstances and him making it out of that. He's just one of the nicest, most respectable guys, funniest dudes, and
He talked about it in that episode, just being like, I know that I had talent, but people helped me
Mm-hmm.
get here, and I am not taking that for granted. Like he definitely gets
Bro,
it too.
he's the fucking man.
I've been watching-
Yeah, he's the best.
He just comes back and hangs out with us for 20, 30 minutes when we're done in the locker room, and it's like just nothing
best
but
20 minutes.
laughter the entire time.
That's awesome.
today you just talk about snowboarding. It's like, damn, you snowboard?
So I
Dude,
ride
I've been
goofy.
following his build on YouTube.
Crazy, right?
His
Bro.
yeah, his
The barn dominium.
You gotta come
Dude,
with us when
and they're
we
building
go.
a
Have you
full
been?
on.
No, it's got to
Yeah.
get dot the
I
i's.
think in the
cross
spring,
T's.
we're going to try and go out there. and
Oh,
do,
that
like,
would
a
be
vlog.
Building a dirt
Sweet.
bike
It looks
track.
awesome.
Like,
Dang, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I was following on YouTube and I'm like, holy crap, this
Yeah.
thing's huge.
Yeah, they did. That
I got a lot of
video was
ideas
awesome.
from him.
that's
I was
awesome.
gonna say, yeah.
Quick circle back to Bussin lore stuff. Outside of George Kittle, is there any specific guests from your times with Bussin that like really impacted you or was just like a fan favorite for you?
Yeah, so Brian Peters,
Of course.
Chop
man.
wood, carry water.
bro, Brian Peters is one of the coolest dudes, man, ever, man. I mean, he's definitely one of those guests that he's just not a guest, man. He's like family, you know, and he brings you in like family. Again, like when I got a follow from Brian, like I was pumped because like, yeah, he was a guest on the show, man, but he becomes more than that, man. He's so relatable and always willing to lend some advice, especially like in the fitness world. I would always like reach out to him and ask him questions and stuff like that, especially like cold therapy, breathing. Like he was always available, dude. And like, again, somebody It doesn't have to do that,
Right.
but just happy to like
He's
share
so-
some knowledge.
He's
man.
somebody that like listens and remembers the conversation you had. And the next time you see him, we'll ask about that.
He would know where Where's
Conversation.
Boss started.
Yeah.
He's also one of the guys who built
yeah,
the gym.
he's how we
he?
got in with
Yeah.
Sornex.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a guest that he's about like he has to be as close as military mindset as you can get without being in the military.
Yeah, because he does some stuff for like the Green Berets and stuff like that out there. And I still follow
Yeah, he's
him,
locked
follow
in.
his
Dude, he's
journey, man.
such a good
Always rooting
follow.
for him. Dude, yeah, he's got to be.
BP.
He's right up there, man. I mean, George Kittle, Brian Peters, Darren Waller was
Yeah,
great.
That was such
that
a
was
good
a
episode.
crazy episode.
But again, somebody else, who just is makes himself available. Who else? I mean, Jelly Roll Ernest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have relationships with them that have like. Here's a cool Jelly Roll story. So Jelly Roll, I can't remember. It was like probably a couple of years ago. It was like maybe like 2 years ago. He was playing at the halftime show for the Titans. And this like he was definitely like on the rise at that point. And I was just so happened to be at the game. And he's performing at halftime. And I shoot him a text message and I'm like, hey, brother, can't wait to see you perform, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, you're in the stadium? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, after I'm done performing, he's like, come up to the box. And I'm like, no freaking way. And Casey's with me, my wife, and my buddy Jason is with me at the time, 12th Titan. Shout out Jason, 12th Titan.
Let's go.
So Jason's a great friend of mine and somebody I met through Bussin as well, and has always been like so nice and just, hey man, I got an extra ticket. He's a season ticket holder, so he'd always bring me along and stuff like that. But so he's with me. The three of us are there, and I was like, hey, Jelly just told me to come up to the box, and like Jason's kind of nervous, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, bro, remember I told you like I used to record songs with Jelly Roll back in the day. I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so he's just kind of nervous. He's like, I wonder if he's going to remember me. So we go try to get up to the box. I don't have credentials, but who do I call?
Nate Bain.
Hey, Bang.
Nate.
Bain.
Hey, Nate. Jelly just invited me to the box. He comes down. He gets me. We walk past everybody.
Right.
It's like, hey, they're with me. He takes me up to Jelly's box. Give Jelly a big old hug. Introduce him to my wife. Introduce him to Jason. They hit it off. They remember each other.
Right.
Damn.
That's so sick.
And I was like, this is so freaking cool, man. To be able to like, I think that's something we all secretly love about this job is being able to share it with as many people as we possibly can and
Right.
bring them in, in appropriate times, man. So to be able to do that for him, and then for Jelly just to like, just remember somebody on the bus and invite me up there. His whole family's up there and everything like that. Again, doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Just such a kind soul, man.
For sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kinda
you and
sometimes-
Ernest have a really cool relationship too. I remember he texted you after something happened while you were a cop, and he's just checking in on you. Hey man,
Yeah.
are you all good? And that's just
Dude,
like, man,
I can always count on getting a text message from Ernest when something crazy goes down, especially the days that I was a patrol officer. But I remember when he was when Ryman was first born, he used to roll around North Nashville with Ryman just to put him to sleep at like 3-4 in the morning, dude. He's just like, screw it, I'm gonna go for a drive. And I remember he called me. He's like, hey man, like, are you up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm working. And he's just like, oh, I'm just in North Nashville, just driving around or whatever, if you're around. And I'm like, dude, meet me in this parking lot. And so Ernest meets me in the parking lot, and we're just hanging while Ryman's sleeping, and we grab a picture together. I'll make sure to send you guys that and stuff
that's
like
so
that.
funny.
But like, again, man, just some cool humans, and I love that the brand was able to like, kind of introduce me to those guys, and they're friends forever now, man.
Yeah.
so cool, man.
That's hilarious. Ern driving around.
Yeah.
It's the most earned thing, though.
right.
For sure.
Dude, one of my favorite videos on the internet is Ryman meeting Snoop Dogg. What's up, Snoop Dogg?
It's
Yeah.
so good. High
So
fiving him
adorable.
so hard.
Yeah.
So you obviously left our podcast however long ago that was, but now you started up another one.
Yeah, so a buddy of mine, Zach, and Zachary Bell and Nick, he goes by the Fat Electrician. We yeah, it's so funny, dude.
And veteran with a sign.
Everybody's so nervous to talk. Like, to address Nick by his name, the fat electrician. So they're like, "You're the electrician guy on the internet, right?" And it's like, "It's okay, you can say fat," you know. So it's kind of like,
That's funny.
it's funny, yeah. But we so Zach hit me up actually after I had left Bussin, and I was just like, "Dude, I just left like one of the biggest podcasts, dude. Like I don't want to do this. Like I left probably the biggest platform. Like, I'm not going to help you start a podcast." But he just like bugged me for like months and months and months. And I'm like, "What exactly are you trying to do?" He's like, "Man, it's going to be 1 month bi-weekly. You record whenever you want, get the episode done whenever you want. Like, what, on your terms. Everything's on your terms." And I'm like, "All right, fine, dude. I will help you." So we started this podcast called the After Action Podcast, where he would just have like it was like military centric, just bringing in veterans, telling their story, all that stuff. It goes really well. Well, he has the fat electrician on there, and they hit it off really well. We ended up recording like 3 episodes, like for 3 hours, and ended up staying in the studio for like 5 hours, dude. Like that's how good they hit it off. So fast forward, a couple months, we stopped doing the After Action Podcast, just because of studio space issues and stuff like that. And we decided to shelf it for the moment. Well, at the time, Nick and Zach get together. They come up with this idea to start their own podcast. They approached me at one of the range days that we had, and they're just like, "Hey, we want to start a podcast." And I'm like, "Great." I'm like, "I'll never get out of this world, dude." The further I try to pull myself, the more I fucking get sucked in. So they approached me, and they're like, "Well, but hold on, we don't want to just hire you. Like, we want to make you an owner in the brand." And I was like, "How much are we talking?" Because and it's not about the money. I just want to make sure that it's worth the time to be away from my family. Like,
100%.
At this, like, I'm married. I have 2 stepkids, like, who I love spending time with. They're like my best friends, and like, if I'm going to do something else, I want to make sure it's worth it, So, we agreed on ownership, and, so we started the Underwhelming Podcast is what it's called. And
That's a great name.
Such a good name.
That's
Dude,
so funny.
good.
well, it's on brand, man. Like, you can't fuck up when you're named Underwhelming. Like, dude, it's
Set
on
the
brand.
standard.
That's great.
It's like so much that like we've created merch with like hats, and it's just like
awesome.
a blank hat and it just says Underwhelming on it. It's like,
That's fantastic.
So, but yeah, man, it's been fun. We go out to Iowa to record. We have a studio there, and then I'm building a studio inside my house to be the Nashville location. So we'll just go back and forth, and it's doing really well right now. So yeah.
We were looking at
That's
the numbers before
Yeah.
this, and it is doing well.
It's doing very well.
Let's go.
That's
So
awesome.
Keep running
go
it
tap
up,
in.
too.
Go tap into that for sure, because that's awesome. It's
Soon you're going to have to tell your chief of police, "Hey, man, I've been having this thing weigh on me."
That's Nick and Zach's inside joke, or something they tell me. They're like, don't worry. Sooner or later, you'll be quitting. And I'm like, they're like, "What's the number?" I was like, "You're going to have to triple my salary." They're like, "Done." I'm like,
go.
I'm like, "Jeez, dude." I was like,
But
Yeah, I was like,
hopefully this thing keeps like blowing up, and then like you would be on the ground floor of 2
Yeah.
monumental podcasts, but
Yeah.
like in 2 completely different
Spaces.
realms of, like, I guess you could say, content.
yeah.
Which
So if you want to
which is
start a podcast,
Yeah,
Start it
DM
with
Blas
hit up
Hernandez.
Blas. He's open for business.
Just DM Blas regardless. With that, he likes to talk. He likes to chat. Send your
In
food
the
pics.
comments, put "Where's Blas?"
Yeah, I've
So-
more than surpassed my word count from being 4 years.
cool. Yeah. Tell them Inside the Bus sent you.
Yeah, dude.
That's
It's
so
so
awesome,
funny.
dude.
Do y'all have anything more?
How long we been going?
Money.
Might be the longest podcast we've had.
Yeah.
Well
I
deserved.
guess final question, or if anyone else, I'm just curious: is there any plans for Blas Hernandez in the future outside? I know you're currently building your house. I won't disclose where that is, but what's in the future for Blas, and what are you excited for?
Yeah, so I think the things that I'm most excited for is to really just kind of create an environment where, and that's with, the podcast that we're starting right now. Like, I just want to create an environment and an event where I can just invite my favorite people and bring them all together, even if it's just one day out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be able to create something that people are excited to come to, but also just like a reunion of, again, just my favorite people in the world, whether it's family, friends, or people that I've crossed paths with, man, just to create an event that people are excited for and just come hang out for a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
It's the last one.
it was at your wedding, and we went to like that after party bar. Like we were sitting down talking and stuff, like just catching up. And then I remember you were talking to Brooke for a little bit, and like I think that may have been like your first time ever meeting Brooke.
That was my first time meeting
And like you were talking about like how much it means to like be with the people that you care about and stuff. And it was like really cool. It's like you just met Brooke, and you were like because she was like with me, it's like, oh, she's
That's
family
Blas,
kind of thing.
man.
And it was like really
Yeah.
cool because like that's just the kind of guy you are, just like somebody who's connected to somebody that you know.
Yeah.
It's like they're in, and it was really dope for like your wedding to bring all of that
Right.
together.
That was
Dude.
cool.
Yeah, that was fun, man. And on the note of bringing people together, hopefully we get another snowstorm, because also one of my favorite memories with Blas, Mia, Tito, Casey, we met up at the Capitol Hill the last snowstorm, and we just started ripping hills, and it was one of the most fun snow days of all time. And to watch Blas be a stepdad to Mia and Tito is awesome, because those kids are incredible.
Yeah,
they have the
they're
best time.
Awesome.
And this guy, he brings them out to the skate park. Like, I don't know, watching it just on Instagram, and then
Yeah.
also just getting to share the one day of sledding, like pure kid joy for all of us. Now, like, I was having just as much fun as them.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So hopefully on the next snow day, we can all get out to Capitol Hill.
Because they got to meet their other uncles, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
They do, man.
They know
Let's
Uncle
go.
JP.
Yeah.
JP brought him on Push Up Tuesdays. You know?
I got to
And
see
they-
them again, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, they were pumped, but
That's
like
so fun.
secretly, they all know about you guys. They all know they got uncles out here, so
Heck
Yeah.
you
That's
know, they
dope.
gotta
That's
they gotta
awesome.
meet y'all.
That's so
That's sweet. Dude, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Thanks for
Long awaited.
being a mentor for all of us. You and
Absolutely.
Alex are some of the people that I've learned the most from in my career as a whole. So it's like I'm very grateful for you and our friendship, professionally and personally. And this episode was awesome. I think
Yeah.
everybody's gonna eat
This
it
is
up.
fun.
Dude, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on, man. I love you guys, man. Seriously,
Yep.
love you, mean it.
Love you too. We'll have
Love
to
you,
we'll have to have you
mean it.
back on.
I think
in
we
a minute.
found Blas.
We found it.
There you go. That's
There it
the title of
is.
the episode.
Yeah,
Let's
that is
go.
the
That
title.
actually is the title.
Yeah, we found Blas.